Okay. Do you need to try and sort my bloody shit out? Okay. Do you need to just so that it looks a bit better than it should do. So I'm knackered. So last night I think the last thing I did was we had this screen showing a box on the screen, roughly where the bob was, which wasn't even close. But I've just got the numbers more right today, and apart from that bit on the other side, which I will sort out, we've pretty much got the bomb being shown correctly within that square. I did that using C64 debugger, and there's a GUI wrap. If you Google it, you will find it. Debugger GUI, C64 debugger GUI, and this is where the code starts. That was and I discovered that because I saw the this is for sprite 1, 000 in 001 is sprite 0, D002 and 3 is sprite 1, and this is actually the Y bit I did first. It reflects what you see here. So loading sprite 1, the Y, do the math on it. So this is this will be loading the Y position with whatever it is. It's subtracting 24, which covers no, it's not. It's 24 decimal, which is 32, 36 in decimal. That accounts for the top and where the sprite is, and then I shift it to the right, which divides it by 2 each time. So if that was 100, change, which is if this was 100, it would become 50, 25, 12 and a half, effectively, or I'll probably go down to 12 or 13. I don't know which way it goes. So it covers the screen. It gives you a genuine X and Y 40 or 25 characters across or down, which is what these are for. And I did store it on the screen, which we don't need now. Don't need that at all, because it was just to prove that to myself that it was correct. And then to do the so we got up to there, so we've got the X and Y, it stores them in 0 page. Then I'm loading into the Y the amount of the amount of rows we're going down, which is 14. And then we're loading X with the amount of characters we're going to be going across, which in this case is 13, from position 13, because it's been stored. So Y is from position 14, this is in memory location 13, and then we do a lookup of the first column position from the lookup table, which is I'm not going to go and show you in the memory because it just gets a bit makes everything look a bit nasty, but I can show you in here. So we're loading the screen row low, which is here, and if it was, say, if the bomb was on the first column at row 10, it in the BY0 page will be 1 once it's done the maths, because I think it'll be something like 50. Ooh, sorry, there's a fly in the window. Oh, there we go, it's dead now. It's something like, say, 50. No, I don't know what it is. But it works out that if it was on the first column, we take off 12. So say if it was 50, that becomes 38. And then we divide it by 2 3 times. 38, 26 and 13. Is that right? It was 50 minus b, which is 12. 50, so that's 38 divided by 2 is 20. Oh, is 19. Divided by another 2 is going to be 9.5. Divided by another 2, it's going to be 4.5. So it's like the fourth character across. So that's it going that way, and then going down we're going to make it in the first row. So the same bit of maths, it will be stored in there. And then the lookup, so screen row low, we're going to go into column Y, which is say 4 down. So Y would be 4. In here it's going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 and put that at 78. It will also look at CO, so CO78 is the start of the fourth row going down on the left, and when we do the load, oh yeah, so I don't know what I was thinking of. 4A is the character for here, 4A. So it's loading A with a background square, and it's stored that CO4. It would have stored CO1, 2, 3, CO78. It gets stored into here, and X is the position going across, and that's how we get that traced. That's how that block goes there. What I will do is what we'll do though is we'll do we've got this stopped here. I'll change the screen to that one, press Alt GR, put it back onto there, which is fire. Now nothing will stop until I drop a bomb. So when I go drop a bomb, it's now hit this point. Bomb is there, and it's now going to, well, we can go through it. It's going to load the Y position into the accumulator of this sprite. So that's going to be 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48 plus the border. I don't know what it will be in it, but we'll see. So it's loaded 4C. 4C is 76. So with it being 76, it's going to subtract 24. In hex, which is now 40, and then it's going to divide it by 2 3 times. That's a bad thing to have done. Well, I didn't know you could do that. So we're in 40. Actually, it's the same. It's going to be hex 5. So I'm expecting in 14, which at the moment is 10, I expect that to change to 05. let's see if that happens. So in the accumulator we've got 2 7, goes down to 13, goes down to 9, it's 4. So that's it's going to be 4 then. Stores that. So it's just because of my math and the way it's rendered it down. I miscalculated what I guessed it, didn't I? I think. But anywho, so it will store it up at the top left now. And then okay, let's get this one. Let's see if we can do this more accurate. It's B6. So B6, we're minusing B, which is AB, and dividing that by 2, 2, and 2. It's 15, which is 21. So I'm expecting that to be 15 in there, unless something else happens, of course. 55, 20. Okay, so that is in there. So that's 15 in hex, which is 21. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is where the start of that bomb is. So it's more. This is the trouble. The way to get around this is when you do the bomb drop, you make it drop in an exact starting point. So it's always in one of those squares, but I've not done that. So there will be a time when the bomb will be in the middle of two lines, and we just have to deal with it. Lucky chance, and it will do both. Who knows? So I should be able to. We're at 15, and it will store that at C001, so which is U. So then we're going to be looking at 14 is 04. So we can do this bit accurately. Where is my code? 14. Sorry, it's going to be 04. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be C078, I expect, for it's going to load in C078 into here, this check bomb XY. So it's with an X. Okay, so oops, that's a bit big. So this is the lookup table. This is the one that's going to change, and I'm expecting that to become C078 from this lookup table. The two lookup tables. So C0A0. What have I got wrong? Why have I looked at that wrong? Well, that's because that's me being an idiot. This is 0. It's looking up it's looking up the fourth one along. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. C0A0. Sorry. And then the 15 character is going to be the X, which we said is 21. So this next one is to store at C0A0, comma X. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 21. I think we said is this box here. So I'm expecting that box to get a reverse square in it if we go to the next line. Which is this one. And it's the back one. because this is 0, 0, 1, 2, yeah. So it's the back end of it, and then I can press F11, go to the next one. We can step it through one by one, watching the bomb moving and how it picks up where it is. So now it's in its vertical drop, and that's good enough for me, I think, because all I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be saying check ahead one. Is there a character in there? If not, if there is, blow it up, and it will be a random amount of between say 1 and 4 characters will get blown up in my head, I think. So what I can do is we'll take off that, press F10, oops, F11, it will now carry on running, drop a bomb, same. Don't worry about the colours, that's because I've poked all the colours as I do it up to each 10. So I think that explains what I've done, which we of course do not need to display the bomb now, but it's just to depict. I don't need that. What I do need is that. And I want to check the row below, not the row I'm on. So what I can do is, when we've done the division, I add 1. If I add 1 to the accumulator and then store it, that's going to make it drop the row below, because the column in the lookup table goes from top left and goes down. So I've just told it that the bomb is at wherever the bomb is, the row it's in, which is the Y, add it by 1, and that will it will make it look the row below. So I've now got, I'm looking at the correct row, the next one across, and I want to compare that. Oops. Right, and I think it's explode bomb. And this is if that works, that will be so simple. I don't think I need this. It's not called, and I will rem that out, because if that's the case I can delete that spilt over from an old check, I think, which is no longer needed. So the theory is that I've done the XY check, we've not altered SPX1, so when I do the bomb it's going to load to, so the bomb is live, load 1x, store it to 2x, which is the start of the explosion, then go into the explosion routine. I think that will just work. No failures, which is always encouraging. Oh, here we go. Now that's because, well, that means that does work, but it's not doing the right check, which is encouraging. So that you complete idiot. Oh yeah. So that's probably one of the most common mistakes, is loading the contents of 20 instead of checking it against 20 hex. So let's try again. Oh my goodness. I don't need that adding the 1 then. It appears it's good enough to run. That'll do. So the next thing is the explode bomb, clear bomb. I think that will return. If that returns, it's going to change the background colour. I think it does return, but I just want. I can't be asked checking the rest of the No, it doesn't. Which means something's forcing you to go back somewhere else. That's in the back of my mind. That's what I thought would happen. I don't know why that doesn't return from where it is called. Oh. I'm a cock. Je ne suis un coq. I've done a John. But I found it quicker than him. He'll hate that. Oops. D020 is I thought you could just do ink. Thought that just increased it. Right, I'm gonna have to run debugger and trace it because right, LSR. Right, JSR OCBO. DO20. That's F0. So OCB0 is here. So actually if I just put the thing on there, run it, and drop a bomb, oops. Okay, so it's paused at that point. That's interesting because it's paused where it's hit the 3 on the next row. I wonder if I do need to drop that back one. So, OCAO, which is here. So go to the next line, which is the jump, loading A with 2. Storing that in 17. Why have we done that? Right, okay, I know what that's just a flag to say the bomb, where the bomb live bit is, so it knows where to jump in the loop. So, well, I wonder if that's the reason why. So it goes, loads it into where does that go to? It does go to there. So it does change. But then I think if I... Right. So I know why that is. It's missing that out after the first. well, that's okay. So it does return there. It goes back, but because it's now live too, bomb live to it's a hit, it will be jumping. It's a hit, goes to here, jumps to the explosion. That's why I couldn't sit in here, and in here the explosion's I think at the bottom. No, it's not. What the hell is it? Oh. Go to the explosion. Right, I forgot. So this. I don't. That's odd, I've got it in twice. That's bad. Right, that's going to be it. I'm going to have to figure out this. So go and watch John, because I think he's streaming.